number 2, it's Mirage, it's Revolution, it's MiTH.Maple, CT side and T side respectively. Joining me, of course, is Josh. Hey, let's get this cast onto the road.
Yeah, very excited to see what Maple can do here. Obviously, both teams were quite evenly matched on this map in previous encounters that they've played against other. Obviously, Revolution really dominating on Inferno there, and they'll be looking forward to bringing that on as we do see a 3-on-3 situation now. 2 players dying from both teams.
Yeah, and it's looking like the bomb hasn't been able to make its way into all the bomb site just yet, so Reality is dropping on down through towards unders and looking like to go back towards B. These footsteps will be heard by Fog as well, so he can communicate that over towards his teammate. Kun is going for the hunt as well. Looking actually like Leaf is trying to throw a little bit of a fake out here. He should be hearing the footsteps of Kun, although Kun is going to get decapitated. That's unfortunate, if I do say so myself. It's leading for a little bit of a ruse, though, because Just Cause has secured the bomb site of A, and the bomb is in close proximity behind.
Yeah, still not able to get that plant, but finally looking like they will be able to. There's a lovely tap there from Leaf on to Fog, and it's leaving T in a 1-on-3 situation in what is appearing to be a pretty undoable.
He's got a kit and a smoke, 18 points of health. Reality not going to be able to spot him out. He's looking for the one tap onto Leaf, but he's actually not going to shoot it and reveal himself as well. He's going to try and sneak away, but Leaf has just seen him. It should have been communicated over to Reality. It is as well. He's going to look at the bomb site right now, and this will be super hard for T to win. He will get taken out by Leaf in the end. Who does secure himself a 4K on the back of that pistol round as well. And MiTH.Maple, they are able to steal one away from a Revolution on the board for 1.
Yeah, definitely a nice little 4K there from Leaf, and really helping to get Maple off to the start that I definitely think they'll be looking forward to. Obviously, this is their map pick, so we are expecting a much stronger performance from them on this map rather than Inferno. Either way, Revolution will be looking to continue things and start off strong and hopefully pick up this second round here. It's just the CZ in the hand of Map2, but a very fast B rush appears to be the play right now.
Yeah, flashbangs and smokes are going to go out as well. And Molotov drops a good measure in the middle of that mix. Fog somehow gets a knife. That's just kind of funny if I do say so myself. Leaf will be able to clothesline JBK in the end, leaving it just once again down to T, who does get taken out at the end. But oh my lord, a knife coming out once again in the matchup between these two teams. We saw it in Inferno when a Ninja Diffuse was trying to be sparked up and was denied. Now we're just seeing it with 3 players jump out of B Apartment's window, and well, the Karambit's just going to stab him in the back. Kind of funny to see, but MiTH.Maple do come away with the round win nevertheless.
As we do see the full buy now coming out for Revolution, and obviously with the CT side typically being the stronger side, but T side on Mirage can be very strong as well, so it's going to be quite a while before we really see exactly who's dominating, and this is once again the B-Rush is the call of Maple. They're not wasting any time.
Yeah, well, Fog's going to get taken down quite swiftly. Kun good for 1, but he hasn't been taken out just yet. There we go. Leaf able to find the frag into that one. The AWP going to look to be the knight in shining armor right now for Rambutan, but no one's going in toward his crosshairs. He needs to help his teammates right now. There's no real utility on the CTs, and now that JBK has been taken out for a little bit of a flanking play, it's going to be on to T and Rambutan to try and save these rifles in and toward the next round. MiTH.Maple straight toward the B-bomb site once again. They're able to find the play. PP Overdose go for the hunt as well. That's the AWP down, looking to be recollected by T, who with only 22 points of HP is also going to be hunted out here by Reality and also by a Leaf. If he can manage to pull away with these 2 frags, it will be nice indeed, although now they know he's stuck in CT spawn. He will look to try and find these frags before the timer ends, because any T's that die after the timer won't be able to repurchase quite comfortably, and he will die to the hands of Reality before the timer as well. So, AWP down, probably not going to be taken into the next round by MiTH.Maple. 3-0. And the money not there for a Revolution.
Yeah, and being able to find that CT player was really beautiful to watch there by Maple, as obviously that first flash was kind of able to bait T into a false sense of security, and all of a sudden he's turned around and get flashed again, and he took that one AWP shot while he was flashed. It was ineffective and was quickly capitalized upon, and Maple able to get that 3rd round now and looking strong so far on this T side of Mirage.
Well, it's looking like Maple want to go down toward the B-bomb site yet again. They're really not leaving anything to chance. They saw last matchup that, you know, they were the kind of slow plays. Actually, I've just noticed that Fog got another knife. Are you kidding me? He's gotten 2 kills in this game and both have been through knives. Okay. Sure. Anyways, as I was saying, with Maple, they went very slow for the majority of Inferno. And this one, they are just taking it, you know, a lot quicker.
Do things slow being the key word here is obviously we do see JBK just trying to see if he can find anyone. Listen out for the footsteps, knowing that a couple of the players on Maple are quite tagged at the moment, and he's going to run into overdose there. And unfortunately, he's going to go down as he did try and claim that AK. But Maple, B rushes seem to be the way, and will we see them do it again? Well, guess we'll have to find.
Well, they are going up against the Rifles this time on the Revolution side of things. They've got the AWP present yet again. We saw that it wasn't really able to do anything in the previous matchup, though. The previous round, though, sorry. But now it's on to MiTH.Maple to see if they can keep the dream rolling. They are going over towards the B bomb site, but do they choose to go unders this time, or do they choose to go straight onto the site? Fog, you'd be expecting him not to be able to find another knife this time. Straight through this smoker, my friend. And it's awkward as well because he doesn't find a single point of, well, kills. Niffy has just taken himself out. I believe that was in his own Molotov as well. So that's a little bit of a 1G to come out if I ever do say so myself. It's not Train, it's Mirage, but hey, that's what counts. Rambutan with that AWP going to be locked and loaded, and no, overdose to switch to his knife at the wrong time. The CT's coming through the smoke, through the fire, through the flames, and it leaves JBK in a 1 versus 2 coming from short yet again. Puts out the first one into Leaf, and he finds the frag. Just Cause position relatively guessed, and it's on JBK's mind right now. And with no kit as well, he needs to try and find the information or steal away a kit from one of his teammates, but I don't think there was one. Just Cause is hiding and biding time as well. The smoke going to be dropped on towards the bomb. No time. 10 seconds already gone. JBK has to detract from the situation. And that'll be round number 5 on the board for MiTH.Maple. Hey, Fogus, what's going on, man?
And I guess if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And that seems to be the motto for Maple right now. Obviously, you know, rush B, push B. And apart from getting backstabbed by Fog overall, it seems to be working well. And nice to see Fog actually getting a kill that isn't a knife kill at the moment, but also killing himself earlier. So interesting times ahead, though, with Revolution. They are going to have another buy here, but not very much utility here, as only a few smokes and Molotovs. And Rambutan, he's on absolutely no money, but was able to afford the armor. But obviously B, once again, are we seeing B for the 5th or 6th time already?
And Fog looks to actually deny one this time. It's not with a knife, it's with a rifle. Kun as well still alive, but they're trying to get the bomb plant down. A little bit too ambitious coming out from MiTH.Maple right now. Tapping away, Kun with the USP, he is burning. He'll fall to the flames, and it leaves Niffy, sorry, in a 1 versus 2. He can still clutch this technically. He's found the first one to T, but he doesn't know where JBK is. He spots him out, but he transitions his aim towards short, and that will finally be a round on the board for Revolution. Also, Arga, I see you say Earth theme. Ha 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 ha.
6 times the charm here for Revolution, and if I'm Maple, I've only got one thing in my head. Rush. Clearly that's, you know, not worked that last time, and if you're Revolution, they're probably thinking, oh, well, Maple's not really going to work again for it, and it looks like we're actually having a bit more of a split default here as Leaf will throw the flashbang over towards the A site to give a little bit more of an intention, but obviously trying to sell this B fake again from reality here, as we do see Rambutan is going to get the first kill on the job.
Yeah, well, PP Overdose is stuck in mid right now. I see in apartments that Reality's right next to Fog, and there you go as well. Fog able to claim that frag. It is PP Overdose, the last one alive. The bomb will be retreated. But in a 1 versus 4, it is going to be very difficult for him to try and clutch this out. Rambutan hiding in the mid window. He will get taken out unbeknownst of PP Overdose's position. The smoke down onto a short Molotov as well. But it looks like he wants to go up towards A. JBK, all he needs to do is sit pretty in firebox. He'll be able to spot out the position of PP Overdose and take him out as well. There we go. The round will be done and dusted. Another one on the board for Revolution. Now, CT side of Mirage starting to get a wriggle back into this game.
Yeah, and still, you know, a little bit of a contrast to the last map, obviously, with Revolution winning 16-9 on Inferno, but Revolution now starting to pick a couple rounds on the board, and Reality's just spinning in T-spawn. I'm not sure if you guys can see that as well, but interesting times here is obviously Maple need to stay composed. They've managed to pick up 5 rounds in a row, but A-Rush now seems to be the callers. Things do slow down a little bit, but sticking together for all the players with just that one player waiting to flush them out over in short there.
Now, MiTH.Maple are just down onto all the pistols. That HE grenade going to do a significant chunk of damage onto the Maple players, and as they all do fall out on towards the bomb site, JBK is going to peek deny the bomb. He's going to claim his second in the round. Actually, it was stolen away as well. Rambutan and T finding a couple of frags, A apiece, and quick done and dusted Revolution. Third on the board now, facing against the purchase of MiTH.Maple. who won't be able to get an AWP coming out, and neither will the CT. So we're going to be seeing rifles across the board. But what I'd like to see right now is actually a set play come out from Maple. We've only really seen the rushes and a gamble waterfall out towards the A-bomb site, so not really any structure behind the T's in this matchup so far.
With Revolution only taking 20 HP total damage last round, that's definitely going to help their confidences. They do see the quick trades coming out, Reality gets first one, but then gets taken down by T. And all of a sudden things splitting around and just like...
It's good to see that T is able to find that frag on towards Leaf. Up through connector, the T's look to go though. Not to be confused with T's and T. Just Cause PP Overdose, last two alive for the MiTH.Maple side. And PP Overdose is able to find one onto Rambutan. Just Cause on towards Fog as well, but the bomb is yet to be retrieved. So, transition over to get the bomb as Kun takes away Just Cause. It might be on the cards right now for PP Overdose to head towards A, but will Kun hear the footsteps? The answer is no.
Yeah, Kun just not quite able to get close enough here, and unfortunately I think the timing might be off. He might be just sitting there waiting for the cross, and Overdose has played this beautifully. Not going to be able to show, and Kun really has to guess. He is starting to rotate now, but this is going to allow Overdose to have plenty of time to pick his spot, work out where he wants to go, and prepare for Kun's attack.
Yeah, it's good to see that Kun does have a lot of utility behind himself as well. The incendiary placed down towards CT. The actual position of PP Overdose, smoke and flashbang for good measure as well. But he's actually going to line on the bomb straight away, and he should be able to get the knife. But no, it's an off display from PP Overdose. And the 1 versus 1 Ninja Defuse is able to come away for Kun. I believe it was Kun also on Inferno who went for the Ninja Defuse, but it was the one of the receiving end from the knife.
Yep.
Or maybe it was the other way around. I can't quite remember. But anyways, I digress. Revolution, they are now in a 1 round deficit toward MiTH.Maple, who can come away with purchase.
Yeah, 4 rounds in a row now for Revolution, and things starting to get back on track, albeit a little bit lucky obviously with that last round and the Ninja Defuse, but a round on the board is a round indeed, and the bit of a split comes out as a little bit top mid aggression from Maple, just trying to find out exactly where everyone is, and definitely looks like things are shaping up for the A side exit.
Yeah, well, the AWP on Rambutan is going to be zoomed in towards Palace, and he will miss out a shot as well. He actually, once his teammate in T died from CT, so there's a missed opportunity there from the CTs to really just stop MiTH.Maple from getting in toward the bomb site. But as these kills start to be collected by the CTs, it does leave Reality in a 1 versus 4 turned now none versus 4, because he's taken out. Finally, Revolution, they have found out exactly the hole in MiTH.Maple's offensive structure to exploit and start to come away with a couple of rounds.
Rambutan starting to come alive with that AWP again, obviously. He was a key part in the Inferno, absolute destruction. Him and Fog, just whenever they had the AWPs in hand, was always amazing to see for either team. But yeah, Rambutan definitely a key part here, as he's starting to get up in 7 kills. He was lagging a little bit behind, but yeah, I'm going to see the B rush. Will it work again for Maple? Obviously plenty of information here for Kun as he does throw that Molotov.
Yeah, well, Fog's under the window. He's able to find one. Isn't knowing that Just Cause is already out through the window. Fog's good for 1. The CT is starting to find all of these kills here. Desert Eagle, though, from Just Cause. Able to come away with 2 nice little 1 digs. A third one on the board. He's turned it into a 1 versus 1. This is so doable for Just Cause. And would you look at that? It's an ace. It's all 1 digs. Just Cause, you are insane.
Absolutely beautifully played there from Just Cause. Incredible to watch, and definitely something that, you know, after losing 5 rounds in a row, that is the kind of thing you want. Every team needs someone to just stand up and say, no, this is mine. We are getting back into it. And 6th round on the board for Maple. Let's see if they can make it a 7th and try and get things back on the right.
That's absolutely insane that he's able to find that Desert Eagle collective of frags. Very big props to him as lets his team get a purchase into this round. Definitely would have expected MiTH.Maple to win that last round. B rushes seem to be their favoured play, and for good measure as well, because they seemingly work right now. So with a man down, coming in towards this A-bomb site, PP Overdose, not able to exchange a frag on towards Rambutan, and he's actually blocked by his teammate as well. A gap in the smoke can be punished, but it's actually a reversal of the factor. But now, just leaving Niffy, the last one alive, going to be super difficult for him to try and find something here, as he is finished off by JBK. Once again, Revolution equalizing things 6-6. And now we won't be seeing a big purchase come out from MiTH.Maple. They will be Back down to those Desert Eagles. But will we be seeing something from Just Cause again? I probably don't think so. I think that's a special round for him.
Yeah, maybe it's somebody else's turn to do it, but not looking like we're going to see the B rush again. I was kind of hopeful that maybe we'll see if they can catch lightning in a bottle twice this time, but Just Cause just going to go up the top, see if he can take down that AWP, and he's feeling those one digs, unfortunately not able to connect, but also not losing his life in the process.
As mentioned, there's just these pistols, and it's Just Cause once again. Finding another one, dig. PP Overdose stepping up to the mark as well to find one for himself. Definitely putting in the damage right now is MiTH.Maple, although Folgot turns the tide just a little bit. As it is MiTH.Maple with Niffy and PP Overdose making their way towards Palace, where Rambutan is scoped in towards the A-bomb site. JBK in close proximity as well, but it's looking like the T's are able to get out in toward the bomb site. That smoke will be heard by Rambutan, communicated over to the rest of his team, and now we go into the 2 versus 3 retake scenario. Gets on the board for Revolution as well.
We'll see 3 T's just trying to work out exactly where his final Maple player is, but we'll get taken down there quite easily as they were able to clear out all the little spots, smoke the bomb, and overall a relatively simple retake there for Revolution. That's going to be round number 7 on the board, and after losing that one round in the string of wins, it's now 7 out of the last 8 rounds in a row for them after Maple seemed to be in the driver's seat to begin with, 5 rounds in a row, but Revolution really showing that the CT side here definitely is the dominant side, and definitely trying to make up for losing those 5 rounds in a row and doing a good job of it so far.
Well, we've seen this before, haven't we? The B rush to come out from MiTH.Maple. Fog is under the window, but he's blinded, and no one's actually looking toward his position. Finally, Niffy does take him out. Reality's good for the frag on towards Kun as well, and someone's just jumped heavily in towards Market. It's Reality really taking it toward them. They've both got off, and they're all missing, and he's stuck out a knife as well. What is going on? Rambutan and JBK, 2 AWPs in for a retake towards the B-bomb site. I think you call it there with BP Overdose already into the jungle window. He'll be good for 1. JBK down to 9 HP. He wants to just save the AWP into the next round.
I'd absolutely love to be hearing the Maple comms right now. All these rush B calls and them somehow managing to pay off as well, and people just hitting their shots. And I think in particular is Revolution not really hitting their shots on the B bomb side. They're getting plenty of chances, obviously people jumping out of window, and Revolution are putting the players in the right spot, but they're just unable to actually capitalize on the trades. As we do see, Niffy will get taken down by Jason there, JBK. And JBK will spot the final player, but does get taken down. The AWP will not be saved here, and that is going to be 7-7 as we head into the last round of the half here.
Well, we'll bring up the scoreboard to see a little bit of the impacts that have happened in this game. Why don't we? You can see that currently JBK, Jason Trong, hopefully I'm not pronouncing that wrong, 15 frags so far, but what I'm invested in is the stats region of this. Currently, have a look at that, guys. PP Overdose, 103 ADR. The closest to him is 90 in the hands of JBK. But yes, into the last round for this half, and you can see what buy Revolution have. It is definitely not a convincing one.
This rush B seems to be the call, and already they're back on the G sites. Fog goes down as well.
PP Overdose coming in for a flank, but he will be taken down as well. So far, a couple of frags being collected in toward this round. It's TNJBK to see what they may be able to bring back into toward it. Damage being done, as it's looking like the MiTH.Maple players that are remaining want to really take the challenge toward the CTs, and they will look to do so as well. And that will be the half, guys, coming out here. 7-8 in favor of MiTH.Maple. Remember, it is MiTH.Maple's map pick of choice. And if you are just joining us right now as well, make sure you join that giveaway, exclamation mark giveaway, for the monitor here. The code word is frames win games. If you are not knowing of, okay, Reality, just, yep, make us all dizzy.
So do you see a bit of a match pause coming out, and I would assume that this is a tech pause at the moment, as we just do look to see if there is any sort of communication on what's going on at the moment. Yep, technical pause at the moment, but no information given as to exactly what's going on. But as soon as we do know anything, obviously we will let you guys know, and hopefully should be able to get the second half underway very.
Yep, I'll just communicate over to the admins, guys, as to why exactly we have this pause, technical pause. But while I've got you all here, guys, what are we thinking? Are we thinking that this is going to go 2-0 to Revolution, or are we thinking 1-1 into map number 3? Love to hear your thoughts on the matter. Of course, the winner of this will be going into the grand final. The loser will go to that third place final.
Lots of calls for Rush B in the chat as well, and who knows, maybe both teams will Rush B this time, but obviously with the direction that Niffy and Reality are facing, that would assume that it won't be a B-side stack here. Definitely some interesting scenes ahead though, and very curious to see exactly what Maple can do here, and if they're able to string any more rounds together. Obviously CT side usually being the far typically much easier to get a lot more rounds, but a really strong T side is very easy to form on Mirage, and you know, if Revolution are able to string a few more rounds together after winning those last two on the CT side, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly just what happens. And at this point in time, I really don't know who's going to win this.
Yeah, it's definitely up in the clouds. I wonder who's going to win right now. But at least the information that we have is down to earth. We are back in toward this second half. It's a new pistol round. Potentially could be the last pistol round of this match if Revolution win it off. And it's looking like they want to take it in toward the A-bomb side as well. Smoke going to be lined up towards CT or fast plant, depending on where he wants to throw up flashbangs as well. Come over in toward the site. They will be deployed, and Reality is going to deny anything so far. In towards the bomb site, Kun. You're not meant to be aiming at the feet. You're meant to aim toward the head of the player. And you are punished. All 5 alive for MiTH.Maple in a very fast pistol round from the first frag to the final frag.
Yeah, in Reality, getting all those frags while completely blinded as well, just understanding exactly where you need to place that crosshair and being able to just tap at that correct rate of fire and clicking on those heads of the Revolution. Ultimately, Maple are able to shut that push down very fast, and we're very aware of it. And that's going to be round number 9 on the board for Maple here.
Yeah, well, it's the stack of HE grenades thrown down towards mid, and it's not going to render out anything here. As you can see, all the players are currently burning on down. Kun is the only one remaining with HP, and the only one remaining all for Revolution will be taken down in the end as well. Only Just Cause losing his life, and that's double digits coming out for MiTH.Maple. Coming into, though, a new round where Revolution look to force up.
Much better showing here from Maple, obviously. Already getting more rounds than they did on Inferno. So clearly showing at least this is why they picked this map in particular. But this is going to be the true test. What can Maple do to hold off this Revolution push here as the bomb's getting carried back over towards mid one? But very much split just to try and find out and work out exactly where all of these Maple players are. And very interesting times as JKB does get taken down by overdose.
Yeah, Ramberton with the bomb in hand is creeping up towards short. He's going to see all of these CTs towards connect. He's actually managed to find a frag whilst completely blind Niffy. He does not know what has just happened towards himself. Reality, though, is good to clean out Fog in at the end. It's just T and Kun. The last two alive in the same proximity between each other. Smoke's down, covering out some vision in towards mid, and Just Cause, he is lurking in wait behind one of these smokes as well. As soon as he picks his head out through unders, he might be able to find a frag, and he will. On towards T. Now it just does leave Kun, the last one alive in a 1 versus 4. Will he be able to even find Just Cause here? He will in the end, but not expecting the flank to come out from Leaf either.
Yeah, 2 frags found there for Revolution, so not a completely unsuccessful round, but obviously in the buy round you expect to be getting a lot more, and things just starting to look a little bit shaky for Revolution, obviously not being able to find their footing on this T side. Very interesting times as they will be forced to just do some upgraded pistols, a little bit of utility as well, and Currently, the bomb's being left in spawn as well, so potentially we might be seeing a bit of an A fake and then a rush over towards B site.
Yeah, potential on the cards right now for Revolution. They do only have the pistols. They haven't rather been off to a shining start like we saw MiTH.Maple do on their T side. It's been rather quiet for them, as they are looking to set up the play towards the A-bomb site. You can also see that Reality here in pushing apartments gathers all of the information that Revolution are out towards A, and this is going to be an absolute slaughterhouse. That HE grenade not going to be able to hit its mark from Leaf, but the pistol's certainly putting in the damage right now for the T's. Leaf finally able to find one, but only good for one, and somehow, somewhere, the T's have managed to turn it into a 2 versus 1 situation in their favor. Reality coming in for a flank from A main, to be expected from the Revolution players. And now set in stone as well. Rambutan tagged down to 17 points of health. That Molotov is going to force T out in the play, and he dies as well. Reality knows exactly where Rambutan is playing from, and he finds the frag in the end as well. Nice methodical plays from Reality to secure MiTH.Maple, round number 12 on the board.
Beautifully done there by Reality, obviously early on pushing up through apartments, having the guts, I guess, to really try and find out exactly where these Revolution players are. And unluckily, you know, his teammates all died over on the A site, but at least his teammates were able to know that A site was the call with nobody being anywhere near it. And then ultimately Reality having to 1v2 clutch at that Molotov, basically sealing the fate of the player under pallets and bringing it onto 1v1 situation, which he handled, yeah, absolutely beautifully. And ultimately 12 rounds on the board for Maple now, 4 in a row as well.
Yeah, well, they have the AWP out as well right now to be able to see what they can flex out with that one. I noticed as well there was 1 HP left on the back of that clutch too. Imagine if a decoy was on the bomb and it exploded as he's defusing. I've seen it once before. It was magical. But, you know, Reality wins the round. MiTH.Maple on 12, 5 points ahead of Revolution right now in a purchase of their own. Revolution will definitely look to find a couple of frags in this round. They want to try to bring this game back. Niffy has fallen, so too Just Cause. Kun caught off guard, trying to escape with the bomb in tow, and it hasn't been able to work for him. So 3 versus 3, sorry. A minute 20 left on the clock, but a healthy amount of utility for these Revolution players.
There's plenty of options open here, obviously, with only one player for Maple in mid as he is starting to rotate through market. And then one player on the A site, but that heavily A-pushed player over on Maple as well might be able to gather a little bit of information as the bomb is starting to be carried across. But if you have a bit of a look at where Rambutan is on your map, he's going to be the key here. He's got so much information, and he's going to be able to shut down those 2 B rotating players here. It does look like Overdose is going to get the first kill on T Summer.
Yeah, well, Rambutan might be able to find these players for B, and it's PP Overdose locking down the A-bomb site right now. You can just see with the shaking of JBK, he doesn't really know where he wants to take the bomb right now. Rambutan hasn't spotted anything else for MiTH.Maple players right at the current time, so he has to really be thinking what is happening. The bomb might be able to make its way out through Palace and then get the plant on down, but you can sort of see that the rotation is coming out from Leaf as well. It's bad timing for Rambutan. PP Overdose takes him down as well. Now JBK, they've wasted a lot of time right now. Leaf will close it out and seal the deal.
That was looking so promising for Revolution there. Rambutan able to get into a perfect position, but just pulls that Molotov out in the wrong position, or wrong timing, and gets punished for it, and ultimately bringing on that 1v3 situation that was never going to be won, unfortunately. And that is going to be round number 13 on the board, and 5 in a row on the CT side, but 7 in a row altogether for the match. And Maple clearly in the driving seat on their map pick and looking to finish this one on strong and bring us on to a 3rd map here.
Well, there's a force up for Revolution right now. 3rd map definitely on the cards with how MiTH.Maple have been playing this current match so far. You can see in apartments that Leaf is trying to gather a lot of information. Piece this right, he might be able to find JBK, but no, on the bottom of the smoke, JBK a little bit too strong in that regard. You can see the stack is happening for MiTH.Maple over at A as well, on the back of a single push Revolution. They're not even really overextending into all the bomb site to try and take it. It's currently just Cause looking at that site. Shuffling's happening in the CT defense, and this might actually work out good for Revolution.
Yeah, unfortunately, if Maple Revolution had the information, JBK really needed to jump up and down and potentially force that second B player over. It actually does look like Maple is sending a second B player over, as they're not convinced it's going to be A. So we do see Niffy is going to get the first kill on the Kun.
JBK might need to go big here, being the Lone Ranger in mid, but if you look at PP Overdose on your screen, he's one in Palace, and he's not been expected by the T's whatsoever. He's going to be able to deny the bomb, and they line up for him as well. Significant play coming out from PP Overdose right now. He knows the bomb's on the site. Still a little bit of time to play with as well, but it's awkward trying to step down from the balcony, and he will be finished off in the end by JBK. Assistance from Ramington, but a needed round on the board by Revolution. They have a task to do. First is to find 13 on the board to equal MiTH.Maple, and then try to find a couple more in front of that to win out this round. However, or win out this match, sorry. MiTH.Maple now in this round. AWP on Reality, MP9 on Leaf, and then a couple of pistols around on the board as well.
And exactly as you asked for, JBK, he was one that had to go big, and he got the two biggest frags of that match, that round there, and ultimately he was the one that decided whether Revolution won that round. To do these things, just starting to calm down a little bit. Obviously, Bomb is sitting up the back of apartments, but can still easily be sent anywhere at the moment, with JBK potentially looking to just line up some sort of smoke and maybe even faking as he is going to be looking. No push coming there.
A little bit of information starting to be gained by PP Overdose as he pushes through a main. No one really looking over into his position as well. As you can see, Kun is going through towards the top of mid. Lace, no. We're going to see an engagement right now with PP Overdose stuck with his knife out. Both of them stuck with the knives out, and well, that's just a little bit of confusion happening in the match right now. PP Overdose could be caught up again, but he's actually able to get away almost scot-free. This man is starting to really shine in this match from a single flank. Remember, this is more or less an eco from MiTH.Maple. It's a force. They've gone into it with York, the MP9, and the pistols. And now it's turned into a 1 versus 5 situation for T. He's found the first one on the board as well. This is, well, this is just not good for Revolution.
I think Revolution probably just taking a little bit too long there to decide exactly what they wanted. Maple weren't giving them any information, yet they were able to gather so much information of that. Ultimately, they were able to sandwich in on Revolution, and before Maple even knew it, they were being backstabbed and killed from behind, and that's the 14th round on the board for Maple now, and even forcing the bit of a save there and damaging the economy of Revolution just that little bit more.
It's looking like Revolution are going to buy up a little bit behind the Krieg that was saved over. But no mistakes can really be made from this point on. If MiTH.Maple find this round, they Revolution rather need to try and find 7 in a row to send it into overtime. It's interesting to see though that the money of MiTH.Maple at this point isn't that strong as well. You know, they're 6 rounds in front. PP Overdose, that is so smart. He's expecting that Molotov to be thrown, saving his teammate who's able to find a frag on the back of it as well. That is just, he's just so smart right now.
But T-Summer able to actually get a couple of frags back on his own as he does miss that flashbang, and all of a sudden bring this back into the 3v3 situation. But keep your eye on Overdose. He's in a very sneaky spot here, and I think it's just like that. Overdose does manage to get those 2 kills, and the third one is finished off, and that is the 15th round on the board for Maple now. Long uphill battle here for Revolution, and I'm not entirely sure that they have been answering with questions and questioning their answers, and unfortunately nothing's been working so far.
It's do or die round for Revolution. Losing this would send us into map number 3. And it's looking like they want to take it in toward the A-bomb site with haste as well. PP Overdose is here through the smoke. He goes. No flashbang to assist him, and he gets taken down because of it as well. The bomber needed to go down by Connie. Will look to do so, but there's so many CTs already getting on toward this bomb site as well. He's let go of the bomb, actually, trying to get it planted on down. So with Reality and Just Cause being the last 2 alive in this 2 versus 3 situation, they can't afford to save technically. There's a padding of 7 rounds, as we've talked about previously. Some exit frags would be huge for MiTH.Maple right now to keep the money of Revolution very honest. And it's looking like Reality wants to do that as well. He's got a flank on towards T. He can find a second one as well onto Kun. And this is actually turning into a doable retake scenario now for MiTH.Maple. It's on the back of Rambutan. He's missed a shot. The AWP of Reality is going to be locked and loaded down into Rambutan's position. And Just Cause finds it. That is GG. Somehow they bring it back. It's not even